Welcome back to episode 18 of Out of the Park Baseball 24 Milwaukee Brewers franchise. In this episode, we will play through the middle part of September. We will play the Pittsburgh series, the New York Yankees series, and then the Miami Marlins series. And it all set up for the last two episodes of the regular season, where we have 7 games against the St. Louis Cardinals, where we're only a half game up on the Cardinals. So that will decide the next 2 episodes. The next 3 episodes will decide if we make the playoffs, what our seed will be in the playoffs, and what are our chances to move on in the playoffs. Right now, honestly, I think we have a pretty good chance of making the playoffs because we are technically 8 games up of, or we're 8.5 games up of the 4th place team. So we have 25 games remaining. So we would have to play really bad to not make the playoffs. But that's not the point. We want to continue to go ahead, win, and hopefully try to win the division. So then we have a 3-game series. If we're not a top 2 seed, the 3-game series at home before we go play, and we try to win 2 games at home so we can go play in the divisional round. The scouting report on the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're under 500. They're not very good. Pitching this episode is going to be Woodruff, Wheeler, Lauer versus Ortiz, Magavitis, and Menez. They have Hayes, Swinsky, Bader, Santana, Peguero. So that's how it's going to be for this first series. And then I think probably the Miami series as well is a big chance for us to come in and hopefully win a bunch of games. I think the Yankees are pretty decent though, so it should be very interesting to see that series. But first, let's get through this Pittsburgh series and hopefully draw and win some games. Game 1, we won 3-2. Player of the game was Homie Milner. We won 3-2 in 10 innings. So Brandon Woodruff, 7 scoreless innings, only gave up 3 hits and had 8 strikeouts. Robinson gave up 2 runs in an inning, and then Peter Strzelecki blew a save and threw 2/3 of an inning. But then Hobie Milner came on, threw an inning in the third, and threw an inning in the third and ended up getting the win. So hitting wise, we had no extra base hits, so we scored runs with a lot of hits apparently. We had 10 hits, only 3 runs, 3 walks. Mitchell Contreras with singles, Luis Rios with 2 singles, Jesse Winker with 4 singles, and Bryce Trang with 2 singles. Mitchell, Winker, and Trang all had 2-out RBIs, which means all of our RBIs came with 2 outs, which kind of happens when you have to string together a bunch of hits. You're gonna get some outs in between, but we ended up scoring 3 runs, all of 2 outs. So not only did Winker have 4 hits, he also had a hit by pitch. So he got on base 5 times in 5 plate appearances. So that will help the old on-base percentage for him. Garrett Mitchell with his 46th stolen base of the year, and Jesse Winker with his 2nd, and Bryce Trang was caught stealing for the 4th time. Scoring, we had the biggest jumps in win projectability was on the bottom of the 9th when we blew the save, and then Jesse Winker hit a run scoring single in the top of the 10th to take the lead, and then we got Hobie Milner came on with the save. So good game. It's always good to win game 1 of a series, especially when you're trying to compete against a really good Cardinals team in the division race. Going for the series win in Game 2. We ended up losing, and Zach Wheeler was diagnosed with a hamstring strain and will be out 3 to 4 weeks. So that's not ideal. I just clicked on a player I don't want to click on. So Zach Wheeler will be sent to the injured list on the 15-day IL. What that ends up doing, it allows us, well, let's look at our pitching staff. Do we have someone that can slot into, when we could slot Hauser back into that role, right? Into that, or we could just go a 5-man rotation. I like sticking with a 6-man rotation, so I'm going to slot Hauser back into that slot for now. I still have a lot of people in the bullpen. So the question is, do I go with pitching or do I go with a hitter? The thought of going with a hitter is in play. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've already got half my team as hitters or as pitchers. I might as well go as a hitter now. Or with a hitter, but let's look and see position-wise. Right, we have 3 outfielders, and then Brian Anderson can play outfield as well. 4 outfielders. Anderson can play outfield as well, which he does often because Luis Rios is playing third most of the time. I think I'm going to go with Keston Hiura. No. Ibrahim Toro, because he can play a multitude of positions to give some a day off, or I can just have him up and not play. Let's look at the box score for the game. Zach Wheeler threw 1 inning until he got hurt and had to come out of the game. Didn't allow a run, 3 strikeouts. Adrian Hauser 2 1/3, so that's good. He filled in where that start was. Gave up 3 runs. Bryce Wilson gave up 2 runs and 2 1/3. Matt Bush gave up 1 run and 1 2/3 without allowing a hit. So, well, Vince's lucky came in and allowed the runner to score. Everyone in our pitching staff gave up a run except for Wheeler, who pitched a scoreless first, and then Pompez, who only pitched a third of the inning. So, I mean, we allowed 8 runs. It was not a good day for us. Hitting wise, we scored 4 runs on 6 hits. Willie Adames had his 37th and 38th home run of the year, a 3-run home run and a solo home run. And then he also added a single to that. Luis Rios had a single, so out of our 6 hits, Willie had 3 of them. Luis Rios had a hit, Trang had a hit, and Caratini had a hit. Willie had all 4 RBIs. Brian Anderson had a stolen base. So that's interesting, and was not a good day for us. We lost 4-8. Let's look at the emails. Wheeler injured 3 to 4 weeks. So that's not good. And then that was just a recap of the game. So let's go look. So this is 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So hopefully he can get back and he can knock off some rust. And because otherwise he'll be coming back right before the playoffs, and then I don't know if I'm going to use him in tight spots then, or like in a big game if he's out for 3 weeks without touching it. So we continue to watch the Wheeler. Hopefully he can come back faster, or if he can get one start before the season ends, hopefully be good enough. Game 3, got to finish the day. Luckily, the Cardinals also lost, so we didn't lose a game. We're now up a game. Game 3 of the series, looking for a series win. We got it. High scoring game. We won in 11 innings, 13-10. Eric Lauer, 4 innings, 5 earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Pampas, inning and a third, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Cam Robinson didn't record an out. Gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Tanner Scott, 1 run in 1 inning. Homie Milner, a scoreless inning and 2/3. Devin Williams with the win, an inning or 2 2 1/3 innings, and Matt Bush with the save. So what I'm gonna do, he's slightly tired. I have him benched there. I'm actually going to go. Where is it? There's a way to, because I don't. Yeah, bench players. I'm going to bench him for like 3 days because I just want him to fully recover. He was really good when he started. Then he's struggled a little bit, and I want him to just reset for a second. Right, take a couple days, reset. We're gonna need him down the stretch to be really good. Hitting wise, we scored 13 runs, 16 hits. Adames with a double, Brian Anderson with a double, Turang with his 6th home run of the year, Brian Anderson with his 9th home run of the year, Rowdy Tellez with his 28th home run of the year, Christian Yelich with his 13th home run of the year. So we had 3-run home run by Turang, a solo shot by Anderson, a 2-run home run by Tellez, and a 2-run home run by Yelich. Mitchell had a hit, Adames had his double, Rowdy added a single to his home run, Contreras with a hit, Winker with a hit, Turang added a single to his home run, Brian Anderson added 6, 3 more singles to his double and home run, and then Yelich added a single to his home run, Luke Voigt had a single. So everyone got into the hit parade today. The only ones that didn't were Abraham Toro and Sal Frelick, but they only got 1 and 2 at bats respectively, with Frelick must have getting on by an error of some sort, or a fielder's choice or something like that. Otherwise, no stolen bases and a couple errors by our middle infield. But outside of that, hey, we got the series win, even if they were in extra innings. So it's always important. Get that series win. Get it figured out and work done. Now it's a recap of Anderson's 5-hit game. Gonna go to the next day. Right, 3-game series against the Yankees. It's Peralta, Burns, Ashby versus Gray, Mani, and Cole, Judge, Rodon, Chivio, Stanton, and LeMahieu. They are only 8 games over 500. But they're in a super competitive division where most of the teams are really good. The Cardinals lost some games too. So now we have a 2.5 game lead against the Cardinals. So that is really solid. Let's go to simulate game 1. Big win, 5-4. We scored the game-winning run in the top of the 9th inning. Freddie Peralta pitched 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs on with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Bryce Wilson gave up 1 run in his 2 innings pitched. Strzelecki came in and through 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 base runners. Jacoby Milner came in and stranded, and then pitched the 8th inning to get the win. And then Devin Williams got his 35th save of the year of a scoreless inning with just allowing 1 base, 1 walk. Hitting wise, Garrett Mitchell had his 29th double of the year. Rowdy Tellez had his 29th home run of the year. Damas added a single. Luis Rios added a single. Winker, Yelich, and Trang also all added singles. Urias had his 7th stolen base, and Yelich had his 3rd stolen base, or 3rd caught stealing of the year. So, yeah, Garrett Mitchell with the run-scoring double in the 9th. So, that is good big win in game 1 of the series against the Yankees. So here we go. I'll go to this. Yeah, I have no draft picks assigned. So okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check and make sure. All right, game 2 of the Yankees series. We lost game 2 of the Yankee series 3-2. Corbin Burns threw 8 innings, 3 runs on 6 hits. Hopefully, not hopefully, but they're in the 7th. So he allowed 2 early, and then he settled down, and then allowed 1 more in the 7th. Came out and pitched the 8th. I mean, it was a complete game technically, but he only pitched 8 innings and got the loss. I mean, I would call that a solid start. It wasn't great, but I mean, he pitched 8 innings, gave our bullpen a rest, so that's good. Hitting-wise, Urias with his 14th double of the year, Adames with his 39th home run of the year. He's definitely broken whatever record the Brewers have for home runs by a shortstop in the season, which he did last year. I can't remember the exact number, but 39 in a season. I know that's the record. I'm hoping he can get to 40 just because it's a nice round number, but I mean, Willy Adames has had a season. I don't know if I'll be able to extend him, but we shall see. Garrett Mitchell had 2 singles. Willy Adames added a single. Salfriuk had 2 singles. Anderson had a single, and Caratini had a single. Garrett Mitchell had his 47th stolen base of the year. If he could get to 50, that would also be very impressive for Garrett Mitchell. But we lost 3-2. We only scored 2 runs, which is not ideal. But here we go to game 3 of the series, hoping for a win. A win of the game and a win of the series. And we won 5-0. So, good. Apparently a good start from Ashby. Don't know how long it was, but it was 5 innings, scoreless. 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks, no runs. Matt Bush, a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. Cam Robinson coming back after his little rest period. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, but 3 strikeouts. And then Pampas ended up with 1 inning in the 9th. They allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout. So really good day from our pitching staff, only giving up 6 hits. None of them scored. So that's really good. Hitting wise, Toro came as the DH in the 5th. Had a double. Willy Adames had his 4th home run of the year, a 2-run home run. So I don't know if I can re-sign a shortstop that hit 40 million home runs. That's going to be a hefty penny. Mitchell with 3 singles. Winker with a single. Trang, Anderson, Yelich had 2 singles. Winker, Trang, and Anderson all had a single. And then Yelich had 2 singles and Toro had his double. Mitchell and Adams with RBIs. He scored 5 runs, only 3 RBIs. So Garrett Mitchell with his 48th stolen base of the year, and Yelich with his 12th stolen base of the year. But Mitchell also got caught stealing for the 5th time this year, which really not that big of a deal if you're gonna steal 50-some bases, or 40-some bases in a year. I'm not gonna complain about a guy getting caught stealing. So now we are a game and a half up on the Cardinals going into this Miami series, who is 15 games below 500. So this should be a series that we need to, again, just put wins. If we can get 3 out of the 4, that'll be good. It's going to be Woodruff, Hauser, Lauer, Peralta, and then Rogers, Alcantara, Perez, Hall. So I would say we should win the first one. The second one should be Third one, fourth one, hopefully our wins. Right? Like, that's what we need to do. It's Jazz, Segura, Alcantara, Fortes, and Perez. So those are the scouting report for this series, and here we go. Game 1 of the series. Against the Miami Marlins. We won 1-0 against the Marlins. Only 6 hits total between the two teams in the game. Woodruff allowed 2 hits, no runs, walk, and 7 strikeouts. Oh yeah, we won 1-0. So of course, none of our pitchers allowed a run. Cam Robinson threw an inning and a third, scoreless with 3 strikeouts. Those days off really helped him. Devin Williams with his 36th save of the year, 1 inning with 1 strikeout. Which Rogers is this? Is this Trevor? Oh yeah, I guess that's Taylor's a relief pitcher. Trevor's a starter. Also threw a really good game. Luis Rios had his 24th home run of the year, with Contreras, Frelick, and Anderson all having hits as well. Garrett Mitchell got hit by a pitch twice and got his 49th stolen base of the year. So, big first game of the series win for us. On to game 2 of the series. This again is the one where if we win, it's big. But we're facing Sandy, so it might not be as easy to win as we hope. But we win 7-6 in 12 innings. Adrian Hauser, 5 1/3, gave up 4 runs and 9 hits. Strzelecki came in with a runner on base and stranded them in the 6th inning. Hoby Milner threw 2 scoreless innings in the 7th and 8th. Devin Williams threw the 9th for an inning and 2/3. Didn't give up a run. Scott gave up 2 runs, but one of them was unearned because it was a zombie runner. And then Matt Bush got the win, throwing an inning and a third. Hitting wise, we had 4 substitutions. Holy substitutions. Jesse Winker had his 26th home run of the year. Garrett Mitchell had his 10th home run of the year. Rowdy Tellez had his 30th home run of the year. Solo shot. Willie Adames with his 41st home run of the year. Solo shot. So we had 4 home runs, all of them solo shots. And then Garrett Mitchell added a single to his home run. So did Rowdy. Winker had 2 singles to his home run. Voit, Miller, Caratini, Yelich, Frelick all had a hit, and Yelich had 2 singles. Winker and Frelick had stolen bases. Outside of that, the game went into 12 innings. So this win probability graph, it's hilarious when it goes extra innings because it's just an extreme up and down, up and down, up and down. But that is game 2 of the series. We for sure clinched a series split. But now it is time to make some to continue to win games and win games 3 and 4. Well, maybe not game 3. We lost game 3 7-4. Let's go through this one quick. Lauer threw 5 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits and 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. Wilson threw a scoreless 2/3 of it. Got through the got out of the 6th. Robinson threw an inning, gave up 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks. So control issues. And then Pompez came in for 2 innings, scoreless, to end the game. Hitting wise, Willie Damas had his 42nd home run of the year, 2-run home run. Rowdy Tellez had a 2-run home run as well, his 31st of the year. Mitchell, Rowdy, Winker, Trang all also had singles. Trang had his 29th stolen base of the year. So, to game 4 of the series, hopefully to get a series win. We don't want to split the series. We ended up winning, getting this win of the game and the series win. Freddie Peralta threw 6 1/3 scoreless innings, allowing 6 hits, had 10 strikeouts. Peter Strzelecki threw an inning and 2/3 scoreless, and Devin Williams threw and scoreless inning as well, scoreless 9th. We scored on a walk-off in the 9th inning on a Brian Anderson single. So, held them scoreless, a 1-0 game. Good day by our pitchers. Hitting wise, we had 8 hits and 1 run, so just couldn't capitalize on runs. Rowdy had a double, otherwise Mitchell had a single, Urias had a single, Caratini had a single, Frelick had 2 singles, Anderson had 2 singles. Stolen base wise, we had Garrett Mitchell with his 50th stolen base of the year, Bryce Strang with his 30th stolen base of the year, and Sal Frelick with his 14th stolen base of the year. And Brian Anderson got caught stealing for the 3rd time this year. It was, Brian Anderson just got the 1 RBI for us, which is funny because he is a former Marlin. So, that'll do it for games in this episode, but that does not do it for a short little recap. In this episode, we went 7-3. We won all 3 game series. We won all 3 series. So that's good, standings wise. We're 86-60, so 26 games over 500, a game ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals. We're now 10 games out of the last wild card spot, so I would start looking at standings. Our magic number for the division is 16. We must have 17, right? Yeah, 16 games left, so don't really have a magic number yet. But then in the wild card, our magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 5, because the Cardinals is 6, because we're 1 game ahead of the Cardinals, and the Cardinals magic number for the wild card is 7. So ours would be 6. So that's where we stand now. We need to keep winning games. Right now we'd currently be the 3 seed. Atlanta would be the 1, San Diego would be the 2, and we would be the 3. So we're the lowest division winner, but we're only 2 games back of the Padres. We could go out, win games, and be right there ready to battle. But that would change how we attack, how we move our pitching rotation going into the end of the year. But yeah, here we go. It's coming down to the end of the year. The division's quite funny. So this is 500. The middle's 500. So we have 2 teams that are really good, and then 3 teams that are bad. mean, they're all 20 plus games under 500, which is just no middle ground. You're either 20 plus games over 500 or 20 plus games under 500. Wheeler has 2 weeks left on his injury. After it happened here, I simulated a day or two and it went to 3 weeks. But 2 weeks, so 1, 2, we might get him back at the end of the Cubs series, which is not ideal. But hopefully we can get him in there, pitch a little bit. Maybe what I could do is if he comes back and we have if we get hot in this stretch here, when he gets back, he pitches to get back and to knock off some rust going into the playoffs, because that would be what we would need. We need him to at least, I would think, pitch 1 game in the regular season. I mean, if I need to, I will throw him on the playoffs without it, but I think it's good for him. That's why there's rehab assignments in this game. Outside of that, yeah, that will do it for this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, watch through the whole video, click on another video on my channel. Otherwise, have a great day.